Hi, I'm Catherine from Yoke, and December is Spiritual Literacy Month. So I'm coming to you sharing some of my favorite books that have helped to grow me into a better woman, a better Christian, and a better wife. The book that I want to share with you today is called Having a Merry Heart in a Martha World. Disclaimer, I have not read this book yet, but it's funny as the topic of this book relates very much to why I have not yet read it. Having a Merry Heart in a Martha World, Finding Intimacy with God in the Busyness of Life. So, if y'all have been following along for a while, you've seen that 2021 turned out to be an even busier and crazier year than 2020. Still in the midst of a pandemic, but having lots of things going on with health with the family, COVID infections, opening a business, planting a church. Like there's so much going on. And this book is talking about spending time with Jesus in the busyness of life and trying to keep this as succinct and on point as possible. If you're not familiar with the Mary Martha debate, in Luke chapter 10, there's a story of Martha inviting Jesus into her home. And like so many of us do when we have guests coming over, we run around trying to make sure everything is perfect. We got the food going, making sure that the house is clean, the kids are dressed right, like doing all of these things to impress our guests with our hospitality and just like how well we can make them feel welcome. And so Martha is running around doing all of these things, whereas Mary sits at the feet of Jesus and wants to, talk to him, learn from him, just really immerse herself in his presence and in his kingdom wisdom. And so Martha chastises Mary for being a lazy bum and not helping to, be hospitable to Jesus and his disciples. And Jesus, tells her, hey, if you have two choices of what you can do, Mary is doing the right thing. Like she's taking the time to learn from me and to, be in my presence and just to allow that spiritual connection to happen. And so I don't know about you, but I am full-blown Martha. Like I do not spend enough time with Jesus. I do not spend enough time in his word and, just really cultivating that intimate relationship with him. And it's because I'm so busy. Like there's always so many things to do. If you never stop doing, then, you'll always have something to do. And so this book, definitely is getting all up in my face, all up in my business. And I may be wrong, but I don't think I'm the only person that struggles with this, because there's so much, societal and relational pressure on us as women and wives to be, to do all of the things, to be everything to everybody, where we start to put ourselves second. And as believers, we put our relationship with God and our relationship with Christ kind of on the back burner, because we always know that, our Heavenly Father is there. Like no matter what we're doing, he's always there. So we kind of prioritize doing all the other things, and then we get to Jesus later. I mean, it could just be me. I don't know. I'm speaking from my experience. And so I had the privilege of doing a freedom prayer, and I will talk about that later, but it's a kingdom tool to help release people from the struggles and the past hurts and things that are kind of holding you back. And so when I was receiving freedom prayer, the word that my facilitator heard from God was abide, and that I needed to spend more time abiding with Jesus and spend more time in the word. And I'm like, okay, you don't know me, you don't know my life, you don't know. But God was like, you're not listening to me, so I'm gonna need you to listen to the other people around you. And God got jokes, because I forgot I had this book. And as I was going through and finding resources that I wanted to share, it just reminds me that I definitely have to move this up on my reading list, especially as we are going into another year of busyness and busy seasons, and just the days go by so quickly. But definitely having to be intentional about making time with God a priority in my life, and taking care of myself as his child who is commissioned to do kingdom work. Another thing about this book that, just flipping through it as I'm talking about it, each chapter has discussion questions which will help you to, reflect and really evaluate kind of where you are and make a plan for where you want to be. So, this is a good one. As people always tell me to slow down. One of the questions for reflection says, Martha wanted Jesus to tell Mary to help out in the kitchen, but instead of giving her what she wanted, Dr. Jesus made a diagnosis. Martha, Martha, you are worried and upset about many things. If you had been Martha, how would Jesus' words have made you feel? Just off the bat, that would have probably, I would have been offended. I'm doing all this stuff to make things great for you, and you're telling me my bum sister who's sitting on the floor not helping me is what you would, I would be offended. But there's a reason why we are told to slow down and rest, to engage in Sabbath, because as much as we are busy and doing all of the things and know that Jesus is always there, he still wants that connection with us, and that's something that we should definitely crave as well. So having a Mary heart in a Martha world, this is going to be a good one. Definitely going to be top of my list to start reading in 2022, which is happening in 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. So if you are having trouble connecting with God because of the busyness and the chaos of life, I'm definitely going to recommend this book for you. Let me know if you get it. We can read it together. Be sure to follow us online at beingyoked.com. You can find us on Instagram at beyoked, and on YouTube under Catherine Shorter. Bye.